Welcome to Independent World. Today, we're talking about the growing shadow of conflict once again looming over Iran, a country whose history is filled with revolutions, sanctions, and regional tensions, almost as if they're part of daily life. And now, once again, on the grand stage of the Middle East, ominous signs are gathering around Iran. In recent weeks, talk of new attacks on Iran and its surrounding areas has intensified. Most of this concern revolves around Iran's military force, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, which has repeatedly made headlines for expanding its influence in various countries. Iranian defense analysts say that enemy activities around them have increased. They claim they are ready to repel any attacks, but that ordinary citizens also need to remain vigilant. The greatest anxiety is centered along Iran's borders with Iraq and Syria, where several armed groups supported by Iran are actively operating. These groups could easily become targets of fresh strikes. Security forces have already started putting up posters, using loudspeakers, and sending out messages on social media urging the public to stay alert. Because when attacks happen, it's always the ordinary people who suffer the most. At the same time, there's intense debate over the role of Western countries. The United States and Israel have long viewed Iran's nuclear and missile programs as direct threats. Recently, a spokesperson for the U.S. State Department said, "We are closely monitoring Iran's regional influence and the activities of the militias they support. If necessary, we won't hesitate to take preventive action." But the Iranian government insists that all their actions are purely defensive. They've sent a clear message. Those who plot against us should remember, Iran does not want war, but Iran is not afraid. Ordinary Iranians, however, are clearly worried. Caught in this political tug-of-war, they fear the possibility of a new war. One resident of Tehran told the media, "We don't want war. We want a safe life for our children." Analysts point out that this region has been on edge for years. It might only take a single spark to trigger a much larger conflict. That's why restraint from all sides, Iran, the United States, Israel, Saudi Arabia, is so crucial. Because any escalation here wouldn't just affect the Middle East. It could have serious consequences for the global economy as well. So that's the story of the renewed fears of attacks and the complicated web of tensions surrounding Iran. Keep watching Independent World. We'll continue to bring you the kinds of stories others might try to hide. Thank you for staying with us.